So for the outreach for Ground Up, since we don't have really well-known artists, now this year we've got Michael McDonald, who people know from Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers. David Crosby is on our label. For the jazz heads out there, we've got very well-known, Chris Potter and Christian Scott and Brian Blade and Cecile McLaurin-Salvant. But for the general public, they're not those names that you hear every day who have, a gazillion followers or 150 million followers or views. So it's a bit trickier in terms of what we do with the social media, where what we try and do is we post the content from the artist so people can see what it actually is, and then play on our reputation of being curators, because we've now developed the reputation of curating some of the best musicians. So the ones who know, the musicians, so all of the music students from every music school across the country, or any of the young music students, even just going through local programs here, all know about Ground Up, and this is the place that they want to go because they know that they're going to hear this great music that they otherwise wouldn't hear anyplace. But on social media, you've got the opportunity to try and reach like-minded people who are interested in those kinds of things, as opposed to just focusing on a really local, constrained group. And so with that, that probably explains why our audience at Ground Up, which is limited, it's only about 2,000 people maximum per day, but they come from 48 states and 54 countries. And we did one of those maps where you can see, like on an airplane route, you see all those white lines that come to the different routes and locations. And it's pretty amazing, but this tiny little festival, Ground Up in Miami Beach, has 48 states and 54 countries. We're missing Oklahoma and Nebraska, but I'm coming for you. But every place else, they are flying from all over the world to hear this, and it really is inspiring when you walk in. And I'm from Spain, I'm from Portugal, I'm from South Africa, I'm from wherever it is all across the globe, to hear this very unique group of musicians also from all over the world. The musicians to date have come from, I think, 35 different countries. So the focus is always on the greatest music, not necessarily the greatest names with the biggest followings.